Dun, 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 dun. We're
Oh,
getting picked up over here. What's up, you guys? Today, we are coming in live to talk to you about strength training. Should we be lifting weights? Hoo, we're gonna pump you up. No, but we we really care a lot about helping you as a mom stay healthy and strong, both on the inside and out. And we've been working in fitness for like 20 years, each of us in different capacities, and have really heard all of the questions from women about strength training. And there's a lot of maybe misunderstanding out there about this. So we are here to clear this up and help you see why lifting weights is so beneficial for your body, whether you are young, menopause, old, how much you should do, and really how we work with our clients to help them incorporate strength training into their life. So, what's up, Anna? How are you?
I'm pretty good. I'm fighting a cold, so I sound a little croaky. I've got my deeper man voice today, so that's exciting.
Oh, good. I mean, raise
Boy.
your hand if you're watching this and you are sick right now or have been sick recently. It's that time of year, isn't it?
Yes, I'm usually pretty positive about it, but today I told Megan I'm just kind of feeling a little annoyed, but you know what? We don't control everything about our body, so doing what I can. I love that we've got the water challenge going in Boost, and that's a good reminder to keep cranking the water. And I was
Good.
just writing some little tips on sunshine. So yesterday the sun popped through all day here in Wisconsin. So I just was out in the sun as much as I could in the afternoon and
It makes a big difference.
continuing to exercise just at a more moderate pace. And
That's great. I'm taking vitamin D like candy right now because I haven't been outside enough, and I know I get sick every time if my vitamin D is low. So that's a great reminder. Cool. Well, I'm doing well. My boys are finally back in school, which is great. So I'm just a little bit more rested and refreshed right now. But I'm super excited to talk about strength training. So a little bit about my history. Like my background in fitness is group exercise, and I have always loved like aerobics. I started out 20 years ago in step aerobics. Woo woo! Like raise your hand if you ever leave a comment here because step aerobics. That's where it was when I started. Like in the late 90s, early 2000s. That was so huge, and I just always loved that. And it was common for women in the gym to go in and be doing the cardio, right? Whether it's step aerobics or old school aerobics or on the treadmill or the elliptical or whatever, that was for women. And the weights area was for the guys. And so I never really touched weights, even through all like my athletic training. That wasn't something that we did until I was introduced to a workout called Body Pump, which I still teach to this day. And it was a barbell strength class. And what was amazing was I saw my body, first of all, absolutely transform through this workout, which was very cool. And the second thing that happened was I just felt like strong. I felt capable. And that became super important to me once I became a mom. So that's my background in strength training. What about you, Anna?
yeah, so I can't do step. Put that out there right now. Yeah, so I started lifting weights when I was about 12. So I fell in love with sports and basketball and started lifting weights to get in better shape. But part of it was because I had a sister 3 years older. So she was 15, then she must have turned 16 because I remember she could drive. We had a YMCA 20 minutes away from us. And so we would go to the YMCA at night. And the gal who gave us our tour was young. She was probably in her 20s. She was a personal trainer. And I just remember like really looking up to her in how she showed us the weights and the benefits of strength training. And it just clicked. It really clicked for me. And so, yeah, I started lifting weights pretty young. I've done a lot of endurance things, which strength training, we'll talk about this a little bit. When you're training for endurance workouts, your strength training needs to look a little bit different too. But Yeah, through college, I actually got into some more of the powerlifting moves. So I went to UW-La Crosse in Wisconsin, and they have some incredible strength training professors. I learned about programming and progressions and Olympic lifting, and got into wearing like strength training gloves. And
This is what you see, like if you go on Instagram or anything and you like hashtag, strength training or lifting, like you're gonna see these women with these big old barbells, doing deadlifts and cleans and all these like Olympic,
yeah,
like
pull-ups and
style.
dips. Yeah, and my roommate and I, like you said, my roommate and I were the only gals in the lifting area, even at a very athletic university 20 years ago. It was still mostly guys. And I even remember the fitness center I worked at, like the owner, she would do cardio for like 3 hours on Mondays to punish herself for the weekend. And it was very confusing to me because, like you mentioned, the transformation you saw with your body, what I saw through strength training, number one, how I felt, the endorphins, the aerobic activity, my running and my biking, how much stronger I was doing those things. It just was surprising to me that someone older and a gym owner was riding a bike for 3 hours.
So let's talk about that because this is confusing, right? We see, like, I think a lot of us, when we think about a strong woman, like somebody who lifts weights, these images come to mind of like muscles popping out of your shoulders and the veins and like just big, strong, this thick body type. And while we do not condone like necessarily exercise to change your body type or like make you skinny and thin as like this ideal of fitness, that's not true. That is not a accurate measure of your health and your fitness at all. It's still, it's really important for a lot of people to become leaner, and so there's this confusion about, well, if I pick up a weight, I don't want to have like big bulky muscles. So what does it actually take to create a body that's like that? Like years, years of really specific strength training. It's really specific, like heavy as you can, a lot of supplementing, usually. These women that are like these figure competitors. I mean, it is a very specific type of focused training. But for most of us, like strength training and lifting weights is not going to do that to your body.
No, it absolutely won't. I mean, obviously we all, genetically, we can look around and, you look at your grandma, you look at your mom, like you have the genetics you've been given, and some of us might develop muscle more easily, but you're not going to get bulky. And this is funny. When I first started training as a personal trainer, my older sister now, who I had started lifting with, she was like, yeah, I just like can't lift weights, or my legs get, like my legs get bigger. And I was like, let's make a bet on this and you start working out with me. And no, they absolutely did not. So I've even had clients, we've measured their thighs. So we'll measure their legs, and you're gonna maybe feel like your jeans are a little tighter because you're getting more blood flow after your workout. You're going to have some more awareness to your legs, but they're probably not going to get bigger or bulkier. Muscle occupies less space per pound than fat. It also burns a little more calories at rest. And so having that muscle, you are going to be burning a little bit more. Research has changed on this. We used to really oversell people. Your resting muscle is burning so much, but it's burning a little bit more at rest than your fat stores. And so that's a really cool piece of it. I think also if you do nothing, so if you just continue on, you are going to lose your muscle tissue. At the age of 30, you start losing about a pound of muscle per year if you're not maintaining it. And so then if you think of in 10 years, you've lost 10 pounds of muscle. And now we could maybe say if the muscle is burning an extra 20 calories per day, now you are not burning 200 other calories at rest. Well, what does 200 extra calories, if you do, I mean,
it multiplies, right? It's like investment. Yeah. Like over time.
Yep. That is why all of a sudden at 40, people say, oh my gosh, I just gained. You didn't just gain. It is going to be easier to gain weight if we're not doing the proactive. And I am 40, so I feel like I can say this.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's so important for people to understand that whether you care about, looking strong or like being toned right now, over time, this is absolutely something that will impact not only your body shape, but your function, your metabolism, just overall your ability to remain healthy. Yeah. And I love what you said before about like what happened. I mentioned that my body transformed. So all through like college, I was very much like a pear-shaped person, which is so funny because people who see me now, they're like, what? I was very pear-shaped. And the same thing with my legs. I was like, oh, like my hips and my legs. And I was really worried about that. And I was doing hours of cardio and I started lifting weights, and yeah, it was just absolutely incredible to see my body composition change, and really things like toning up, right? Just firming up, and it feels great. But what matters to me is the fact that I know, and I'm just so confident in my body for the things that I need to do. And this is, I think, relevant to everybody here in this group, whether you're in your 20s or in your 30s like me, or in your 40s now like Anna, or beyond, because
I'm in the 40s yet. I'm 40, so we'll just
40 at the 40, or in menopause, or have grown adult kids, right? Our body is our tool. This is our tool for the things that we need to do. And a lot of my clients that have come through the Boost program, they have kids that really depend on them to be able to, either they're wheelchair bound and these moms have to be able to pick them up to move them from bed to bath to wheelchair, or they have younger kids that are a flight risk, and they have to in an instant be able to pick up their 50, 60 pound child and protect them. All of a sudden your body your strength is incredibly important, because when you lose that muscle and you lose that ability to do the things that you need to do, it changes everything, right? And a story of this that's been just so great. I have a client who has a younger daughter with Down syndrome, who has taken a while to be able to walk. And she came to me because she wasn't able to pick her daughter up anymore. She literally would have to have the school workers pick her up and put her in a wheelchair so that she could then, get her to her car and manage all of that. And, she was talking to me in tears, like, I'm just scared. I'm scared that I can't do this for my child. And so we started working on strength training, things like deadlifts and shoulder strength, right? To be able to pick up, and teaching her body the mechanics of this so that she would be functionally strong to do the things that she needed to do with her daughter. And I can't tell you how excited she was 3 months later when she sent me a message and was like, I did it. Like I picked up my daughter and I got her up in her chair today. And that's the stuff that I really care about with moms, and what happened to her. And I think just like you said, Anna, what happens to so many of us is it like sneaks up on us. It sneaks up on us. So we have to think forward to where do we want to be 5 years from now, and what do I need to be doing now to do that? So what do we need to do for strength training? Like, how often do we need to plug this in to be able to keep our strength, maintain our strength, build strength if we need more?
Yeah. Well, we were chatting about this a little bit. One total body, working all your muscles once a week is going to help to maintain your strength, hitting every muscle group 2 to 3 times a week, you're going to see some build. And this is what I loved in personal training. I loved watching women increase their strength over a 3-month, usually about 3 months. Because I think at about 8 weeks, that's where you're starting to feel a little like you're feeling the blood flow. You're feeling sore. You're not really seeing the change yet, and you haven't just lived enough with your new strength. And so at that 3-month mark, to start seeing like, oh, I could only do 1 push-up on my toes, but now I can do 5. Or, I went to go bring my groceries in. I brought all of them in. I mean, that's like,
Yeah.
Those transformations were really fun for me. So once a week, hitting every major muscle group, you're going to see maintenance. If you're working to fatigue, so we're not just, mindlessly tossing around weights that we can easily lift, and 2 to 3 times every muscle group. And this is what we do in the Boost program, where you're going to see progress and change in your strength if you're continuing to increase your load and add variety and not getting stuck on the same workout.
Exactly. And that's what the CDC recommends with the general health guidelines for the population is 2 times a week on each muscle group to stay healthy, to keep your muscles healthy, to keep your metabolism healthy, and to keep your bones healthy, because this is another one that a lot of women don't think about is our bone health. And I've had clients who have gone to the doctor. They're like, osteopenia, like you're going downhill fast. You're going to be in osteoporosis really soon. You need to start lifting weights. And sure enough, we start twice a week lifting weights, and they come back and their doctor's like, what have you done? Because putting load on the muscles also triggers your bones to grow. And we want strong bones so we don't get fractures and breaks as easily. So that's really what we aim for most of us that are wanting to stay healthy is that 2 times a week at least on each muscle group. And the hardest thing for this can be time, honestly, for a lot of women, either time or I don't know what to do because I don't want to get hurt. Maybe you've tried lifting weights before and got an injury, and even if you knew exactly what to do, sometimes our body, Anna and I have shared about this in her journey and in my journey as well. Like if postnatally, if your core is either weak or something in your back is out of alignment because of just what happens in your pregnancy, then it can feel a little bit scary to get in and lift weights. But avoiding it, really, like I want you to think about where that will lead you a few years from now, right? And sometimes what it looks like is we spend some time focused on healing and strengthening the core, building up that deep core, so then we can start to add more strength to the muscles without the risk of injury, right?
Yep, from the inside out. I mean, we really want to have that solid foundation and move out from there. So I think you said risk of injury. I think a lot of times it's too much too soon. I've seen that with clients. Or it's just feeling overwhelmed. I think especially if you walk into a gym or even if you hop online, there are so many strength training workouts, but they're not necessarily intentionally moving you forward. So you're just pulling up something random every day. And I think the randomness is where also we can get into trouble. So following a plan gives you a chance to actually see progress over time, which is super motivating to keep at it. Mm-hmm. And that's what we've seen for gals in your program, in the Boost program, like over time, those that have been in there for a year, they're like, wow, now I actually have a full picture of the progress I've made in a year. And now I can't wait to keep going.
Yep. It's so exciting. Yes. So what we do in the Boost program is 20 minutes. So it takes that time factor out. These are guided workouts. So I'm actually on screen. We're doing the workout together. I'm doing it. I'm coaching through it. So I'm giving the safety tips. I'm giving modifications for different things that may be difficult for different bodies and where you're at in your fitness journey, and then motivating you, right? Because we do have to work to this certain degree to be able to build that muscle. And it's just awesome. We tick the box so that we get twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week on different muscle groups. And it just flies by. And we've seen moms really, really experience all the benefits of feeling more capable in their body, reducing, extra body fat because they're moving, they're stronger, and just feeling so good that they're able to actually do something and do something with intention. So if you are not doing strength training right now, I hope that you can see now why this is so important for you. And you guys that are, like, let me know in the comments. Let us know what are you doing? Why is this so important for you? The different benefits maybe that you've experienced if you've added strength training, or maybe why you're not doing strength training, because we would love to chat with you about this. And we're coming off on a new month. March is coming, and we have a brand new program in our Boost program. And what we do in there is we lay out a program for you for the entire month so that it takes all the guesswork out for you. It's got a great progression. So you're repeating workouts a couple times so you can see your body continue to progress, but not necessarily repeating the same things so many times that you get bored and feel like, I get bored easily. So we mix it up, but it's an awesome program. There's lots of different options for you within that program to get accountability and support. If you feel like you need that because of injury, or to just be able to come in and grab the workouts and do those on your own. So if that's something that you would like to chat about, leave a comment here. You can email me or message me, and we would love to support you in helping you be strong as a mother, because it is truly how you're meant to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really important. And I think the support is really important. I think flailing around on our own is really it just is not going to work. It takes a pretty unique personality to be able to do that. And I think that shouldn't be an expectation. So coming into a group that's already moving the direction you want to go is where it's at. So yeah, let's join us for March. We've got a challenge coming in Boost, 21 workouts a month to celebrate World Down Syndrome Day. And we can all celebrate that, whether we have kids with Down syndrome or not.
Absolutely.
A great chance to get those 21 workouts in, and probably more, because you're going to see how easy it is to hit play when everyone else is for the month. And yeah, we'd love to have you join us.
Yeah. So great. So if you want some info about that, we're going to be sending those programs out in the next 2 days here. I'll be sending some emails too if you want to jump in on that 21 workout challenge with us, even if you just want to do it for a month. You just test it out and see, like, how does this feel? Is this doable for me? We'd love to have you join in for that. And as always, we are here for you. We are cheering you on, and want to remind you that taking care of yourself and finding ways to stay healthy, stay strong, and be your best as a mom, it impacts everybody else in your life. So keep going, and we will see you next week for the next one.
See you later. Have a good day, Megan.
Bye, Anna. Bye, everybody. Bye.